Yo, bendición. Let's talk about a new topic. What makes Santeria different from the other ATRs, African traditional religions? Of course, there's many reasons why Santeria is different than Haitian Vodou versus why it's different than Dominican 21 Divisions versus Candomblé. And the list goes on, Old Man, Jamaica, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? A very, very important difference and distinction with Santeria that I wanted to point out, aside from, yes, we can keep going on, is that unlike Haitian Vodou, unlike 21 Divisions, unlike Candomblé, granted there are exceptions, Santeria is the one ATR where you can get initiated outside of the land of origin, outside of that motherland, outside, in this case, of Cuba, and it still be seen as valid. Example, if I say I'm going to get initiated into Haitian Voodoo, and I do it in New York, or I do it anywhere else other than Haiti, then when I'm in the company of Haitians that are initiated, my initiation would not be seen as valid. To my knowledge, there's some woman that does full initiations in Canada. I don't know her name, but she does full initiations in Canada. And to Haitians, to traditionalists, there are certain ceremonies that can be performed in the United States, but a full-on initiation has to be done in Haiti. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm not claiming to be an expert on Haitian Voodoo, but I know that there are certain locations. One of the reasons why this is justified is because there are certain locations within Haiti that are considered absolutely crucial. You have to go to this punto, you can't just go to any waterfall. You can't just go to any cemetery. You have to go to a specific ceremony to be initiated, and that's where everybody goes. Of course, you have the same way in Santeria, you have Havana, Santeria, then you have Matanzas, Samorcampo. Same thing in Haiti, where you have the Port-au-Prince, Voodoo versus the Morcampo, the north side of Haiti. But if we're speaking strictly on the Port-au-Prince, capital, Haitian Voodoo, there are still certain puntos that you have to go to that only exist in Haiti. So you can't get initiated in Haitian Voodoo in California. But in Santeria, beginning the early 1860s, I want to do historical videos on specific people, and I want to do one on a woman by the name of Mercedes Noble. Her original name was Obanyoko, and she is the pioneer of being able to get initiated outside of Cuba. Before her, it was something that was unheard of, and there's factors as to why it was considered valid. It took a little while to pop off, just the idea of like, what, you're going to initiate someone that's, prior to this woman, if a person got initiated, like we have the first two Black Americans initiated in 1959, they had to go to Cuba. So the idea of getting initiated into Santeria outside of Cuba was unheard of until Mercedes Nobles, along with other people with clout. Pancho Mora was one of those individuals, and having the backing of that man really solidified, like, oh well, if he's the leading blah 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 in all of New York, so if he's behind it, then everybody else can get behind it. But I'm getting off the topic a bit. But that's the idea, that a big difference between Santeria and Haitian Voodoo, Candomblé. You want to get initiated to Candomblé, you got to go to Brazil. you want to get initiated into Obeah, you got to go to Jamaica. I think also Obeah exists in Guyana. Definitely not as popular as Santeria. What other ones are there? If you want to get initiated into the 21 divisions, there are certain ceremonies that that can be done. I believe like maybe the first 1 or 2 steps of initiation, things like that. It's called the head wash. But like the full-on baptism, as far as I know, when it comes to Dominican voodoo, you have to go to Dominican Republic. When it comes to Sanse, you do not have to go to Puerto Rico. I have my own views concerning Sanse. I'm not knowledgeable on it. It's something that I can speak on as far as initiation, because I was initiated to Sanse, but that was done in New Jersey. So that just goes to show it is a tradition that you do not have to be in Puerto Rico to get initiated into what's considered a Puerto Rican tradition. So that's another one. I mean, that's a similarity between Santeria and the Sanse, that you don't have to be in the country of origin. But that's a really big distinction. So let me know what your thoughts are of what makes, within this context. Is there anybody that can give names? Who's that lady in Canada? I believe it's actually a white woman that initiates people in Canada. But like I said, if any of those people that get initiated in Canada, if they go to Haiti and they think they're going to work a ceremony of someone else's initiation, they're more than likely not going to be accepted and say, well, then because you were not initiated in Haiti, you were not initiated, and you have to start all over again, and everything is seen as invalid. And what makes Santeria distinct is that for the first time in the early 60s in New York, because of, again, Mercedes, Obanuco, that was settled. And now, okay, so we can initiate people in the US of A, this Cuban tradition. All we have to do is have the animals, the plants, and ingredients, and we can do Ocha in the US, in New York specifically. And then Apolinar Gonzalez Ochawaye went to California and was doing Ochas over there, was the leading acting Oba Oriate in California. And then from there, it goes, okay, so, well, shit, we can do Ochas in New York. We can do Ochas in California. Let's do Ochas in Puerto Rico. We can do it in Puerto Rico. Let's do it in Venezuela. Now Santeria is huge in Venezuela. And now, shit, you got Santeria in China and Japan, but you don't have voodoo. You do not have voodoo in all those areas. You may have Haitian communities in Miami, and I'm sure there's Haitian communities other places in the world. But if a Haitian wants to get initiated, they have to take a flight from Miami. Let's use that as the example, because there's little Haiti in Miami. You can do whatever ceremonies. You can do a certain amount of ceremonies, Acción de Grâce and whatever else exists in voodoo. But you want a full-on initiation? Well, that person is going to have to take their flight from Little Haiti, Miami to Haiti, because other than that, their initiation will not be seen as valid. Unlike Santeria, it can be done anywhere in the world. You can get freaking crowned in India as long as you have the ingredients, you have the plants, you have the animals, and you have a decent amount of olorisas to work that ocha. You can get crowned in Nepal now. But it all started in the early 1960s, 62, 63, something like that, because of one woman and a babalao that was vouching for her, and the other santeros that existed. Okay, so let me know what you think in the comments below if you have any more insight on certain individuals, or if you know anybody who was around in the early 1960s who can speak on this and the experiences. Okay, peace out.